Christianity is not a religion about God, it's a relationship with God. In my freshman class the other day, we started talking about the Paschal mystery of Jesus Christ. Paschal mystery simply is the passion or the suffering, death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus into heaven. This is actually probably one of the simplest kind of lessons that I give my students, but it's on a very surface level, like a level 1 learning kind of thing. The Paschal mystery, of course, is the, like I just said, the suffering, the death, the resurrection, and ascension of Jesus. I divide it into 2 parts, though, and I kind of extend it and say, like, the Paschal mystery really is a sign of love. The passion, the suffering, and the death of Jesus is a sign of Jesus' humanity, that he loves us so much that he is willing to suffer like we do. So we can relate to Jesus. We can actually get to know Jesus. We can enter into the Paschal mystery in this way and say, this is a God who became man and suffered just like we suffer, just like we die. And so that's one of the ways that we get to know Jesus, that we grow in relationship with God directly. The resurrection and the ascension, though, I make this point to my students, Jesus is fully human. And when Jesus is resurrected by the Father, and when he ascends to heaven, his full humanity, it becomes a sign of hope for us that we too can be resurrected, that we too can ascend to heaven and go to heaven. One of my students asked, well, isn't that just, evidence of his divinity that he can be resurrected, that he can ascend to heaven? And I make the point, and some theologians will argue that, yeah, that is his divinity that causes that. It's really the divinity of the Father that does that. This is Jesus' humanity, though. It's not the whole Trinity that is doing this. It's Jesus. It's the body and the soul of Jesus. The Father doesn't have a body. The Spirit doesn't have a body. Therefore, when Jesus is walking around in the resurrected form, when he ascends to heaven, body and soul, that is Jesus.
To the main office?
So the Paschal mystery then it's a sign of God's love, both in the sacrifice that he's willing to do for us, and also in the hope that we can have, that we can be resurrected as well. If Jesus suffers and dies, if Jesus is human and suffers and dies, then we connect to that. But also if Jesus resurrects and ascends, there's hope for us as well.